Hello and welcome to an update of my Perionyx only bin. A viewer wanted me to do an update or wanted me to do more videos of the blue worms. So here it is, and you can see this is what they do. So they're climbers. They're explorers. And we're having some hot weather right now. And I mean, there's no reason for them really to go traveling up the sides, but that's what they do. So just bear in mind that although they're wonderful as far as reproducing and composting, they are a rather finicky worm and will definitely climb on you. But they've been doing great in here. All of this really is now castings. And I'm probably getting really close to having to harvest this bin, and I'm thinking that I may just want to put them in another system where I have a combination of worms, all four. So the African night crawlers, the red wigglers, the European night crawlers, and of course the blues, because I just wanted to see how these guys did as far as being on their own and reproducing and all that. So, I mean, they did great, but I certainly don't need to worry about keeping them separated. They're going to be just fine together with the rest of the worms. But this material is really worked over beautifully, and I have some chunks of food and bedding here and there, but for the most part they have composted it. So you can see how these guys move. I mean, they're fast. I mean, the red wiggler will just kind of lay there trying to figure out what's going on. What does he need to do? And these guys just move, fast, out of the light. So if you guys see these in your bin and you think you have red wigglers, you probably also have blue worms. I think maybe I will start getting this ready for harvest. I'll just use my horizontal migration. I wasn't really planning to. I thought I was just going to go ahead and feed them, but the material really is so worked over, and it's going to take some time for them to migrate. So we can start the process now. So I'm going to just pile up all the material that's finished. I'm going to pile it up in one section here. That's how I do it. And then feed the opposite side and wait for the worms to migrate. And then I'll just harvest the castings here, which should be theoretically free of the majority of the worms. There are always going to be some who just like to live in the castings and refuse to go anywhere. But the majority will have moved. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to lay down, I like to lay down moist bedding here, but the bedding itself, I mean the castings themselves right now, they're pretty moist, and I keep this bin covered. So I can just go ahead and add some dry dry bedding, and the food is going to get it nice and moist in no time at all, because I like to give these guys juicy wet feedings. So let's see what they're going to get. Lots of banana skins. Oh yeah, can't go wrong with banana skins. We're a big banana eating family, so we always have plenty of banana skins. So we'll do that for now. I think that's more than enough. And then I'm just going to cover this up again with some paper. You always want to cover your food as best as you can to avoid fruit flies being attracted to your bin. And then I'm just going to kind of scoot it all down so we don't have any gaps, so it's easier for the worms to move in to that area. And that's it. So we're just going to, have this area is our feeding station. We're just going to feed in that area. We're going to let this just hang out in here, let the worms make their way. And then once in a while I'll come here and I will just fluff up the castings, because I do sift my material. You don't have to, but I do. So I like it to be nice and flaky. And it's pretty good now, but it just won't sift. So we're going to get it just a little bit drier, but we have time because we still have at least a few weeks before the majority of the worms migrate. So that's going to give it plenty of time to air out. So I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you'll think about maybe composting with blue worms. Thanks for joining me.